Crying out loud. I wish there was a way for me to press that record button the moment it starts automatically, because I forget. Uh, I have a memory span of an amoeba. Oh well, we are recording now, but that's 15 minutes off. Oh well. I can't help it, I'm stupid. Let me just check if everything is alright everywhere. Are these grasses? Oh, they look like corpses for a bit. One of the problems I always encounter in games like this is I don't go far enough in scale. I do it very small scale, like 2 factories, 3 factories, and then I run into a problem where I need to increase that tenfold to get the production output I want, instead of just getting the resources from the start and just making 10 immediately. And this is again tying to the optimizations and everything from before. I don't have the approach that I probably should have in that regard. This is the junk one I kept, so let's leave some junk inside. Here is the whole research lab and I put it in a box. These are just basic resources I accidentally snagged along the way. I might just keep it in. The inventory is fine, so I'm not really bothered. Now, what does the distractor capsule need? It needs defenders and advanced circuits. Defenders are here, so I can park a factory here next to it. But red circuits, that might be more difficult to get at this point. If you take a look at the belt which is supplying copper, you will notice that copper is barely getting to the end. There are also gaps of copper, so it's not exactly filling. I mean, those gaps are whenever one of these takes copper. Reason being that these frames take 20 or 40 copper each to build, so it's kind of production heavy. So I might need to make more copper furnaces. I do have the copper needed, so I might just put more furnaces on the line. I'm just thinking about what would be the best way of doing it. I would like actually to put it on this belt so it goes in this second line. What would be the best way? The best way? First of all, let's take some furnaces. How much copper is left here? Not a lot. Oh, this one's empty. I could just take it from here and then feed it into this belt. Or this over here. Yeah, that would be fine. Let's take some furnaces. We're gonna steal it from this belt. Probably took more furnaces than I need, but I can always place some later on if I want to. Oh, I'll need some of these guys. So let's see. let's put it here, 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 and why not here? Oh, hold on. No, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's not steel, it doesn't need 2 rows. Will there be enough room for a belt? Yes, there will. Almost as if I planned it that way. Trust me, I haven't. If I planned it, it would not look so chaotic as it does. Also, there goes the copper. We're probably waiting for the new train to unload the copper. There we go. That should do the trick. Just wait for that subterranean one to be built. Now that will, however, reduce the amount of copper being fed to these furnaces. But it should be fine. It's still going quite a few. Maybe not. Also, why did I do this? Oh yeah, this is remains from before. We'll just change this right now. There is no point in making it this way anymore. And also, now we have some extra copper to load out. That should do the trick. Yeah, that should do the trick just fine. More copper we make, the better. Well, this side is now suffering a bit, but they are making copper. Also, what did I do? Messed this up. There we go. Kind of a miss on my part. That should fix that problem. Yeah. The moment I fixed that, everything turned better. It was just a miss on my part. All the robots working diligently. That's what we like to see. So, if we want to do more red circuitry, we can do it from here, I guess. No, we just don't have enough. That's just the fact of the matter is we don't have enough of them at the moment. Okay. So the copper is obviously reaching all the way up to here, so it's fine now. And it's going all the way to the end of the road, so this is all fine. You can always see if your contraptions are working okay by the simple fact if the if the lines are getting items all the way to the end. If they don't, then that means that there is a gap somewhere and the production has stalled. If they do, that means everything is fine in your world. Also, I don't know how's the audio balance right now because I've been playing with the settings, so if my voice is too loud or if the music's too loud, do let me know. I'm still trying to find a perfect butter zone for it. But definitely one of the most enjoyable things about this game is seeing your little robots flying all over the place. That's so marvelous to see at all times. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's because of what we did here or just in general, but the rocket silo is being researched quite fast. It's almost halfway there, and it is 1,000 pieces of science, so it's quite a lot. And it seems to be working fine. I was just observing there if everything looked fine. And we are here with plenty of gas. This is all working well. Let me check the map to see if there are any threats. Not that I can see, but we know that scanning isn't perfect. Oh, there is a... That's this one. Yeah. We have a train with no fuel, so we need to go refuel that boy. Now, I can't remember if I still have those drills set up. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm gonna put some fuel into the other two. There we go. Let's go refuel our little trainee. Is it a stone train? Oh, that one's finally run out of fuel. I think that's the first time this train ran out of fuel. Just gonna be manual. Automatic. There you go. Bye-bye. On your way, trainee boy. Bring me lots of stone. The stone usage has also increased a lot. That's another thing that you don't really notice until you play the game into the late stages. This, how things that you didn't use at all at the beginning of your run, suddenly you need a lot out of. Like rocks. When you start the game, you barely need any. And then as the game goes on, you suddenly need a lot. For concrete and for other things. You are full. You're making radioactive... Not radioactive, uranium ammunition, if I'm not mistaken. Where am I even making uranium ammunition? Oh, here it is. We are making uranium ammunition. I'm also making uranium shells, if I'm not mistaken. We could go give those things a test, because I haven't used those before. Yeah, how many? We have a stack. I'm just gonna take half of it. Where's the tanky boy? Where did I leave my tank? There is my tank. So, instead of these, use these. Refuel it with wood, because for some reason that's a possibility. These guys might be a threat at some point, so I might want to test my guns on them. Yeah, we might go take those guys out. I think that will be the most reasonable scenario in that whole situation. I'm gonna try to not run over any of the things I've built, as that would be very counterproductive. Now, I do have some defender drones as well, so I will... Oh. So those guys are in the forest, which means my tank could get potentially stuck. So I'm gonna save just to be safe, I suppose. We are using the uranium ammunition, and I'm gonna get my grenades ready. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, green explosions. Green explosions. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, it definitely has a bigger splash damage. I would say that's quite effective. I would say that's quite effective. Nice. Yeah, I would say that uranium shells are definitely worth the price that you pay for them. So yeah, good job. Nice. Yeah, I'm impressed. They have a bigger splash damage and they do seem to deal more damage. Oh yeah. Oh. It was a mistake. Yeah. Definitely effective. Definitely effective. Oh, we have an autosave as well. Definitely, this is an effective way of fighting. Haha. Yep, that's definitely an effective way to fight. Oh yeah. It is, ooh. I'm being a bit cocky. I'm being a bit cocky here, but it is definitely effective. It has to be said. It is definitely effective. I like it. That uranium ammunition is worth every penny. Every bit of resources that went into that were worth it. So, now that we've played around with the uranium ammunition, let's see what else we can do. Preferably not run our tracks off the cliff, that would be nice. Knowing my driving. Yeah, I might actually go and check all the drills because I just noticed that 2 of the drills here are actually empty. So they need to be repositioned. Reposition it down here or up there. I guess I should just put them on the opposite end. That should do the trick. Now, I think I destroyed all the antagonized nests. If I didn't, then I'm gonna be up for some rude awakening soon. I'm just gonna trust that I destroyed all the ones that antagonized. There is a worn out drill here. Yep, now we're in a position where I actually need to move some things around. Okay, so we have 2 drills, right? So we're gonna do it like this. There we go. Oh, what are you? Oh, you don't have a cable running to. Sorry. That's better. Switch this over. I'm gonna run into something I've built and I'm gonna wreck it. I already see that. I did that a few times during the run. Fortunately not as much as I feared I would. When I started this Factorio run, I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna crash into all of my things constantly. Fortunately that did not happen. I only wrecked a few things, and most of them minor, so no resources have been wasted in a significant way. Okay. Let's see if we can optimize anything else. Now, I would like to increase the amount of red circuitry I'm making, but that is already taking so much resources. Predominantly, it takes a lot of green circuitry. That's another item that's really heavy. I mean, because you need green circuitry to make so many things, and it takes a lot of them to make red and blue circuitry, so it makes sense that it's so cost heavy, but doesn't make it better. And I need red if I want to make the defenders. And destroyers need speed modules and distractors. Speed module needs 5. No, we're leaving that alone for now. If we ever make another run, I'm going to make sure that that all of my production values are a lot higher than they have been in this run. Because this run has been essentially me relearning what everything does in Factorio. And getting to know all the changes that have been done since the update. All in all, I had a lot of fun with this Factorio, even though I know that Factorio isn't as popular as it once was, so not as many people watch it, but it was fun for me, and of course I've documented the run on YouTube, so anybody that does want to see later on can. It is one of my favorite resource management games. And they did add a few more functions that I didn't get to explore properly and I wanted to, such as the blueprint mode and copy and paste mode, all of which would probably make my life a ton easier if I actually used that. So, but those are all things that we can explore some other time when I return to the series or when I make a fresh run. Oh, we have some. Oh, that just says that it's not in the. This thing's not on the logic line. But why am I exactly making rocket fuel? I can't remember. I know that I've set up the production line for rocket fuel. Oh yeah, because it's a fuel. Ah, okay, now I remember. I shouldn't have put that coal in the other train. I should have put these things in. I completely forgot. I've been making these specifically to fuel the trains with it. I kind of forgot about it. That happens when you don't play the game for a while and then you return to it. But that's okay. We will simply continue from where we are, and once a single train runs out of fuel, we'll simply refuel it. Right now I'm just seeing how everything is doing so I can see what I need to add on. Yeah, the copper is booming. That's now fine. And we are good. I guess if anybody asks you, 3 or 4 science facilities are more than enough to keep up. I mean, how long are we playing? We're playing for 40 minutes. One research, which was near its end, granted, has been completed, and we are almost done with the rocket silo research, which was also 1,000 pieces of science. So obviously it does pan out, it does work properly. I'm happy to see that most of the lines have been fed. And Pretzel, which part of this song exactly counts as instrumental? I'm gonna double check my settings, but I'm pretty sure that I've checked instrumentals only. Yes, I have checked instrumentals only. This is not an instrumental if there is a woman singing, Pretzel. Okay, this is. Shall we go to for a Spanish beat for a bit? I guess. Ole! I guess. Okay, let me check how are we on the fuel. So we're not that good on light oil. But that's mostly because we are waiting for this train to be empty before we go any further. Considering what we use light oil for... okay, so this is one thing that this game would probably benefit from. Valves. Actual valves. There are pipes, but there are no valves. I would like if there were valves. I know there is logistics, but actual proper valves that I could just switch manually, those would be nice. Those would be very nice. So here we're making heavy oil into light oil, and that light oil is being made into this. We're kind of having extra of that right now, but we're not really that low on light oil. We do have a reasonable amount of it left, and we only need 20 points of light oil for this, and 24 solid fuel. I think I'm gonna need solid fuel for rocket parts if I'm not mistaken. We'll see when that goes through. Thinking maybe I should add more robots into the mix. Should I make more robots? I don't think so. Power switch. Okay. So I'm going to attempt to see if I can increase the production of red science even more. Now this is a requester chest, and that requester chest is requesting green circuitry, and it's not getting enough of it. So I'm taking that means we need even more green circuitry. That needs iron and copper cables. So all of these factories are still not enough for all the green circuitry demands we have. This is probably empty, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So all of the green circuitry in the world isn't enough for this. So how do I go about fixing that? What I should probably consider is making one production line specifically just for I'm considering it. Yeah, right now the copper isn't really getting anywhere, at least not on this line. As you can see, this line isn't getting enough copper. The copper is getting supplied, it's just that we're not making it fast enough for this particular belt. So it reaches up to this point where it's taken in for the ammunition, and that's where it stops because the ammunition needs it. Again, I could have probably handled this better by just making individual factories rather than putting everything on a single production line. I'm not certain how to handle this deficit right now. Should I increase the production here? Should I replace the furnaces? There's a multitude of ways I could handle this now. Ultimately, what we would like to do is just have a line of copper for this line and then a line of copper for this line, which is an option once all of this copper is removed. And then just we have a line of furnaces here for this and make a line of furnaces here for this end. And I guess that would keep both full and supplied properly. I might want to consider making another copper train as well. Do we have any other copper sources? Yes, we do, but they're not close, and they're not... Well, there's this one. Apologies for the notifications that popping up. I, for some reason, can't get OBS to recognize game recording over screen recording. So for now, I still have to bear it like this. Is this copper? No, this is stone. Now, the problem with copper right now isn't that there is a lack of it. We have plenty of copper going into the base. It's more like transfer of that copper into copper plates. That's the problem. We're facing a similar issue as we had earlier on with both iron itself and steel. Now this is by no means a large problem because as you can see all of our productions are going along, so it's just a momentary setback. But it still is dampening my production, as you can see here. Now, because of this, since I'm now utilizing this, I should probably put a splitter on this belt, since it is a constant stream of copper here, and just split it to two different sources. I think that would be the most reasonable thing to do at the moment. We're gonna split it here. Gonna put a splitter here, and we're gonna make this will increase the amount that this section has copper-wise. Okay, I just need to make the underground part. It's not the belt that I'm missing, it's the iron that I'm missing. So let me just pick up some iron here. There we go. And now I can make this. And that will allow me to completely equalize the amount, because this is a double row of copper. So we can have it split apart. It's always going to be double row here and double row here, which means it will be equalized. So it will be supplying the same amount of copper on both sides, instead of just picking a bit and then moving on. This will also increase general productivity all over the place. And then when we are done with this bit of copper here, I can just make a line of factories here and a line of furnaces here and line of furnaces here, and that will supply both belts equally. As you can see, that drastically increased the productivity here. Although that's still not enough to get enough copper to the main belt. These three are just not getting anything. Well, they are getting something actually. I'm wrong. It seems that this actually fixed that situation. So now this is being built as well. Well, that's wonderful. What's this? Oh, this needs cogs. Okay, so that just uses iron, that's fine. That has plenty of resources going around. Okay, so let me just check a few things. Okay, I think that our copper situation is now stabilized and equalized and all of that. Gotta love the splitters. Use splitters. There is no good reason not to use them. Splitters are awesome. Also, I've made a dumb thing here. This doesn't go anywhere. And now we're in a single line because the train's empty. So we're waiting for the next train of copper to arrive. Oh, it's already arrived. And it's already emptying its cargo. So yeah, the combination of two train is wonderful. There is only a minor gap. By the time all of this copper goes to its end, the next batch of copper will already be replacing it. It's already on its way. I did unlock the blue ones, didn't I? Oh, so these are very costly. But it's always a drastic increase in speed, and it seems to. But it's not as effective as going from the yellow to red ones. So the yellow belts can transfer 15 items a second. The red ones are double with 30, and then the blue ones are let's say 50% more efficient by doing 45 per second. It's still pretty good. There's the copper. This belt doesn't need to be here this long anymore. I can put in another furnace there though. Now this is something I need to take a look at. So I've added what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 furnaces here. That might be too much. Why? Because it might be that right now the last 2 furnaces are getting copper because of this intermediate belt that's putting it in the middle. It might be that this just doesn't have enough copper on it to feed the whole thing. I wouldn't know, but it might be the case. You see, the last one isn't getting anything. There, now it finally caught one. Even though the splitter is splitting them evenly, it's still having the what's on the belt to go both ways. So it's not exactly optimal, but it is essentially taking all that it can take, and it is an unbroken line of copper, so it's not exactly a bad situation. Why are you giving me alert? There is a turret engaged with the enemy. Okay, obviously it defeated him because I can't see anything else, but it would behoove me to go and check out the situation. I'm gonna bring some resources with me just to make sure if I need to build anything or if I need to supply anything. I do have some steel on me, don't I? Yes, I do. And I have a car in my pocket, as it turns out. And the rocket silo is almost complete as well. Where's the car? There it is. Let's not crash into a train. But we can crash into a rock because my driving is awesome. And as much as I am awesome, as in not at all. Do you see those damaged rocks? All of the damage in that rocks is stemming completely and utterly only from me ramming into it. So this has encountered an enemy specifically and did manage to defeat them, but the fact that these guys were shooting at something means that there is an enemy around base. Okay, we can now make space science back. And we can build a silo, so we'll build a silo. What's gonna be our next piece of science? Let's make the space science. How much do we need? 2,000. Wonderful. Do that. Okay, can I build another turret? I can build 3. I'm gonna build 2. And we're gonna go exploring. Because I have a sneaking suspicion there might be a base nearby. So if these corpses are coming from this direction, I think. So there's a base somewhere around there, probably. If it's a small base, I won't even bother with tank. I'll just use the rocket launcher. Do I have some rockets on me? I do. Also, it seems that this mining operation isn't as efficient as it could be. Actually, it is. It's just that there is a drill which is free. Free drill. I do have some extra drills on me. I might just put another drill here. Leave it to work. Yeah, let's put another drill there. What's this? Of course. Make a normal one. Don't feel like making a red one for this. There we go. Oops, wrong way. I'm gonna put this last one here. Some wires. Well, not wires, the electric poles. One. And now let's go searching. And I should see... What do I need for that rocket silo? Where is even the rocket silo? Huh, where is the rocket silo? It should be here. It should, but it isn't. Or am I just blind and not seeing it? Huh. This is the beacon. Where is the rocket silo? Am I dumb? Can the rocket silo only be built specifically in a certain way? No, yeah, there it is. It needs 1000 steel, 200 processing, 200 electric engines, 100 pipes, and 1000 concrete. The concrete and steel I'll probably have. Processing units, not sure. The electric engines I'll have. Okay, let's do some exploring here. Oh, I think I see it. Yeah, there it is. And it is too big for me to do it on foot. I'll need to bring my tank along. I do need to get rid of that base before I do anything else, because they will be coming after me. They're in the... shit. They are in the pollution zone, which means they are antagonized, and they will keep coming after me until either I die or they die. I would prefer that they die, so I'm getting my tank and we are getting rid of them. How much ammo do I have left? 54 uranium shells, and I have plenty of other shells with me, so I will take some defenders with me. Since we are making them automatically now, there is no reason for me not to utilize them. Regardless of whether we actually go for the destroyers or not, we will be making use of the defenders. It's useful having some additional firepower when you're assaulting a base. There they are. 47, that's enough. And one of the trains ran out of steam, and that's the copper one. Oh well, we did say when that happens we are making rocket fuel for the train, so let's go get the rocket fuel. We're gonna do that along the way. I think it does take a stack, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. No, I think this one won't go any further until I actually properly review this one, but I will put this on manual. Yeah, it does take full stacks. There you go. On your way. Okie dokie. Now time to go kill some biters before we go and make our rocket silo. I can't remember how many parts you actually need to make to win the map. I think it's quite a lot. We'll see. But that also means that we have actually pretty much achieved the objective I had when I started this Factorio run. I wanted to get to the spaceship. That's how you win. That's how you win a game of Factorio. You build a spaceship and you run away from the planet. That's essentially what it is. So, those things considered, I actually might have another stream just to finish it, because it would be a shame not to, and I don't know if I'll be able to do that in the next 2 hours. So we'll see how it goes. Ooh, there's also a piercing effect on those shells. I didn't notice that before. Oh, this is magnificent. Yeah, those uranium shells. In a way, it's actually a good thing that you get so much nuclear waste from uranium processing, so that you can actually afford to make a lot of ammunition. Because this is magnificent. The uranium. I believe I said something about this earlier. I had to say something. I had to say it. I had to say it. Well, there goes the perfect score. We did destroy something which was actually quite valuable. Good thing I had some spares on me. Let's try not to destroy anything else. That's pretty much it for that. Yeah, the nuclear shells are magnificent. They are definitely worth. I mean, if you look at their stats, they are just a better version of a normal explosive shell. But it is a, you feel it. You feel the improvement. It is quite noticeable. It is quite a noticeable improvement of a regular explosive shell. So definitely something that you want to do, because look at this. Do I have the, yeah, so the regular explosive shell does it has a range of 30, so the range is the same, but the piercing power of a regular explosive cannon shell is 100, and of the uranium cannon shell it's 600, and of uranium explosive shell it's 150, so it's 50 better than the regular explosive shell. Then you have the damage. A regular explosive shell does 180 physical damage, and then there is an increase of 396, but that's because of my upgrades. And it does 300 base explosion damage. Uranium version does 350 and 315, and when you add that it also has a quarter better area effect, it is a significant improvement. It is a significant improvement. The uranium, the regular non-explosive uranium shell is probably like a railgun. It probably goes through like several enemies at once, because the piercing effect on a regular uranium shell is like 600, if I saw that correctly. So the regular, yeah, so it's double the regular shell. The regular shell has 300 and the uranium shell has 600. So it's quite a significant increase. It does more central damage, but I prefer the explosive ones for the area effect. Simply is more effective that way. Alright, so my inventory will now have to... No, I won't house this in my inventory. I will have to make a big box for this. Let's make us... Ooh, not 2 steel... I made 2 steel chests. Never mind. Okay, so I need quite a lot of things. I need 1000 steel, first of all. Now this is a significant amount of resources, but you only make the silo once. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 1000 steel. Oops, daisy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is just... Oh, Christ. That's mine. Okay, what else? What else? I lost it again. Where is it? I'm just blind. I know that I just don't see it. For crying out loud, where is it? There it is. I don't know why I'm just so blind. It takes 4 megawatt of power. Okay. Okay. So that's that. It needs 200 electric engines. I'm making a lot of those, so that shouldn't be an issue. But where am I making them? Here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh, 100 pipe. I think I actually have 100 pipe on me. No, I don't. Let's take 100 pipes. Where am I making pipes? There are the pipes. All of the stuff I'm taking will kind of overload the belts for a while, but that's fine. I mean, the demand will outstrip the supply for a while. Okay, so we have the pipes. Next, we need 1000 concrete. I'm intentionally keeping the blue circuitry for last, because I know that's gonna be the biggest problem. I'm maybe even gonna have to make some manually. So we need 1000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. I won't have enough space in my own inventory to do this. That's the thing. So I'll have to move all this stuff to another place while I'm building the rocket silo. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And lastly, we need a 200 blue circuitry. which we all used up. So we have none at the moment. The reason is simple why that is. The blue circuitry was used for purple science, and the purple science has been in demand because of the space science fact. That's also why it slowed down to a slow crawl. Although it's the yellow science that's again being too slowly made.